Today we're going to cover the Dogon tribe, the tribe with the god named Amma as the creator. Amma's other name is Amen. The same Amen 3.9 billion people say a day in all three branches of the Abrahamic branch. The Egyptian Book of the Dead calls Amen the hidden god. I get so frustrated with humans, I just want to start with this picture. Notice the X from the Stone Age. The X represents 5 planets you can see with your naked eye: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury. Later on, that evolved into the cross. And yes, the Stone Age has knowledge of the 9 planets, the whole entire planet did, in every civilization, in every time period. The 3 black squares over the X and under the X represent 6. The X represents 7 for the 7 planets. When you add the sun and moon to the 5 you can see with your naked eye, you have our 7-day week. At the top, you see the tuning fork shape. We know this represents matching your body's frequency with the planet's frequency above. So this mass represents them harnessing the powers of the planets above. He has the cube of Saturn on his head, with the eyes with the direction pointing down, showing the energies of the planets raining down on us humans. Saturn is honored everywhere because Saturn gives all existence. Now, I know I said this place has 15 constellations in my recent short, but I don't know about that after digging in some more. To the right horn, you see 15. To the left, you see the as above, so below, you got 5. That represents the 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. His teeth count 7. Yes, I even counted his teeth. And his beard, 6, but in the cube shape, which makes 7. Then we see the symbol for gnosis. Starting from the left of the page, the red, you'll see 5 little pointy triangles pointing up. The corners let you know where to stop counting. So going counterclockwise, you will have 5 at the top. Then the next set would be 9. Then the next set would be 5 for the 5 planets. Then up to 7. You see the divide, and then the 7th one is at the top. Take your time to pause anytime you want and count it yourself. Next to that, you see a little turtle shell that represents the 9 planets. 4 on each side, 8, and then the whole turtle shell 9. The light blue 5 equals the 5 planets, that window pane, which we saw everywhere. We'll get back to that. Bottom right, you see the 7, and you've seen that symbol everywhere. That represents the 7 planets. We'll get back to that in a second. More planet representation, but notice the number 5 is a cross. This symbol is older than the religion. It's been recorded all over the world, just like the Shield of David. Now back to this shape. I dotted it with green dots so you can see the cross, of course. Once it got to Ireland, it became a circle around the cross. When you count the 3 on each side, plus the whole square equals 7 planets. The middle itself represents the 5 planets. Now, if you're not from this channel, I've shown my subscribers this all over the world. The window pane in India at a temple, front gate entrance. Or we can go to China. You see the window pane to the top left with the 3 representation. The Holy Trinity, the knowledge of the gods. The 3 that brought the knowledge of the planets to every civilization. Or should we move on to Japan? I've already had a long talk about how all these places have their characters decoded wrong because it means something completely different than what they think. This picture shows you when you cut a solar system ring in half, you see the line mark at the top, you get a menorah once you add the stand. This magic relic gives you access to the planets above once you light it with fire. Albania even has the 3. It's been recorded all over the world. Back to the Dogon tribe. Notice across the top you see the symbol for 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. And down the very middle you see the recognition for the 3 that gave them the knowledge of the planets. If you start at the top left, you'll see on the side of the face a little triangle-shaped beard that counts 5 for the 5 planets from the top to the bottom. Notice the cube of Saturn on the top of the head with the crescent moon over top of that. A star and a moon. Where have I seen that before? The mask to the right of that has 16 on the beard for, I guess, 16 constellations. I don't know if that means this is much older or what. I'll get to the bottom of it because I've seen even a higher count on something older. Moving on to the bottom left, you see the knowledge of the gods, the Holy Trinity on the top of the crown of the mask. They all have a 3 indentation on their third eye spot of the head. This represents knowledge of the gods. This beard shows 9 going down. And notice how it's in a frequency wave, matching your frequencies with the planets. To the right, you see 3, of course, at the top, knowledge of the gods. I also put a green dot to show the 5 for the 5 planets. If you go straight to the right, I couldn't count this side down because it was too small for accurate count. And this one has the 5 planet representation on the beard, which is the shape of a frequency. Counting the hair on this one, you count 17. You'll see 3 on the headband line for knowledge of the gods on the head, of course. But then I count 12 at the top, which gives me the idea of them starting around 17 and then them accessing the energies of just 12 and not all 17. I hope that makes sense to you. I dotted green those little nubs so you can count that on both sides. And if you count the head included, you have 7 representation. So that would be the horns, the little nub, the eyes, and the head. Where the third eye is, he has knowledge of the 9 planets. It's also on the side near the temple. At the top, you have the menorah style, 4 on each side. The middle makes 9. With the tuning fork at the top, matching your frequency with the planet's frequency above. Where I have 9 marked, you'll see 9 sashes for the 9 planets, which is Uranus and Neptune included to the 7. The mouth, 4 on each side, and then the mouth hole equals 9 for 9 planets. Then you see the side antenna thing with the 5 nubs for 5 planet representation. Speaking of antennas, here's a unicorn style one. Pay attention to the ears because I told you first there were shapes, then there were numbers, then there were letters, then there were words. In the middle of the head, you'll see 5 for 5 planets. You can see with your naked eye. It's just a as above, so below line. Feel free to pause. You'll count 10, and you draw a line right down the middle. Look at the flow of frequencies all through the mask. The eyebrows, you have 7 for the 7 planets. The nose, you have 5 for the 5 planets. The little orange triangles could be knowledge of the 3 on each side, or it could equal 7 when you add the top of the mask. I drew the cross so you can see its original purpose. This next one has a lot of X's on the face, a set of 6 to be exact. We know this represents the 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. Starting at the top of the mask, you have 8 on both sides with the as above, so below. Right below it, you see the cubes of Saturn right at the top of the crown. So that equals 9 for the 9 planets. His forehead, you'll count 7, which represents 7 planets. And then the third eye, you see the cube of Saturn. I got 17 again in the eyebrow. The Dogon tribe are really old. 5 rings under his eyes for 5 planets, 7 under the eyes. Under that, you have a triangle with the 3 lines, knowledge of the gods. Under that triangle line, you'll see that matrix net. The reason for the black and white tiles in the Catholic Church, Saturn's matrix. 5 over the lips for 5 planets, and then 7 below the 5 rings. Also notice the frequency in the beard part. Serpents on the head equals knowledge. You're welcome, Egypt. Notice the X shape. We have a gigantic tuning fork on this guy's head. The Egypt style breastplate with the symbol of the planets beneath. I see 8, so the whole piece may equal 9. It also looks like it's on 3 separate little sticks. That's knowledge of the Holy Trinity. In this next one, you'll see more tuning forks. You'll see the 7 planets, the X in 2 circles. The X stands for the 5 planets. We know that, recorded since the Stone Age. The mask with the 7 planet representation. I took liberty to mark in green all the symbols we've seen so far, guys. And the funny thing is we actually know what these means just by jumping to different countries and decoding what their representation of it means. So we know that mass means they were measuring the diameter and the circumference of planets above. Now for the giant hats, which I will be getting into all over the world to show all hats are antennas to the planets. The ones with blue under their feet show the representation for 7 planets with the as above, so below. Now look at this baby. This hat represents the 5 planets. They have 4 metal pieces in the cross shape around the hat. And then we see the symbols for the planets in the lines. Now look what we see under the hat. The rings of Saturn. Oh yeah, I counted it. It's 5 on the inside for the 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. I mean, if this isn't a effing home run, I don't know what could be. The Dogon tribe has so much to teach us, so many hidden secrets, lost knowledge, and there's no way you can get that unless you join their tribe. But maybe I could teach them something and get a little trade information. On this channel, I've already proven how religions do things and don't know the true origin or purpose behind it. Learning the entire world's stories, I'm able to put them all together and teach everyone what their religion or culture is truly about, which is this planet. This is what he has under his hat, the rings. This is what the Muslims walk around the Kaaba for, counterclockwise 7 times, like the 7 rings of Saturn. The shield of David is really the star of Saturn. It's older than the religion. It's all over the world. The inside has a hexagon, just like the top of Saturn. The symbol represents the 7 planets itself. Our holy day is on Saturn's day. My poor, poor children of the light. I will free you from being sheep for them. And I will teach you how to harness the powers of the planets above. I will teach you how to match your frequencies to the planets above. No more crawling on your knees, no more begging for strength. If this is a simulation, then just like a video game, I'm going to put in the God mode cheat and move a little faster than everyone else and jump a little higher than everyone else. I'm going to turn 1 loaf of bread into 12. Someone throws me a surprise party, I'm going to turn water into wine. As long as you use magic for good and not evil, Saturn has no problems with you. Until next time, guys.